So I've already made a video on this topic, but I thought I'd go a tad bit more in depth of why my channel got terminated and all of the functions that go into my channel getting terminated, along with what I'm going to have to do for my channel, getting terminated. So, we're just gonna go ahead and explain some of it. So, there it was in Alaska. I was uploading, I believe it was the secret footage of how I found Bigfoot, right? And all was good, all was fine, it was going okay until my two wives came home at the exact same time. Now I had a system set up, so one of my wives would come in, they'd come in at 6 in the afternoon, and they'd stay until 9 at night, and they'd go to walk. They'd walk the night shift, while my wife came in at 9 after walking. God, what did she walk? Well, she walked 2 to 9. So she had the morning shift, the afternoon shift. My other wife had she had the night shift. So I had a couple hours to myself to just sit there. But one day, that one specific day at 3:26 p.m., they both came in at the same exact time, and they thought I invited my sister, and that's kind of what I went for. But you see, they're not dumb enough to believe that they're my sister and the other one is not in a romantic relationship. Anyway, so there was a bit of a fight. They're like, "Oh, you have an affair on me? What's going on here? Are you cheating on me or something?" And I had to go ahead and try and settle down the situation. And they start fighting, and then one of them says, "I'm not even a female." Now this is where it gets interesting. Turns out I've been dating two males that were both twin siblings. And they didn't know that, because it'd be a disgrace to the Chamorro Alaskan family if they found out, they're cross-dressers, That would just be a disgrace to their bloodline. And they weren't about that, So they kept it a secret, and they went dating me. But I didn't know they were men, and they didn't know that they were twins. So already we have a bit of an issue, and this is all before my channel got terminated. We'll get to how my channel exactly got terminated. Anyway, so I found this out, and at the same exact time, they both pulled out some guns, and they just started shooting it out. One of them is going to snitch on the other, and it's not going to be pretty. So, to protect what they believe in, they start fighting at each other. I'm hiding in the toilet bowl. And let me tell you, I shit my pants, and I don't think that toilet bowl is gonna change very much afterwards, And then one of the twins, twin number 1, I call him Gayla. The other twin, Transla. Gayla says to Transla, "Wait, I got an idea." And they go, "Let's respect the bloodline, for we have both sinned." They both took their guns and put it to the cerebrum and pulled the trigger. And so immediately they just died. And the police, the British police, came in to the Alaskan home, the Alaskan log cabin that I had been staying at. And they saw it, and they saw me in the toilet bowl with shit, but the shit was bloody. It was that kind of shit. And so they thought I killed them. And so I had to go on a run. So I immediately, I did a quick jog to France. And so at this point, I was down in France, and I went to Italy for some pasta in the afternoon, but then I just kind of went back to France, And so I started living a free life, I was like Hannibal on my escape. And I'd finally escaped the gay twin relationship that I got myself caught into, and now I had a bigger problem. The streets were rapidly increasing with furries. Just furries everywhere you fucking looked. A pink furry, a blue furry, a green furry, this furry, that furry, that story. And it became a great big story among everyone there, you know. You looked in the street and there's just a bunch of dogs. But they weren't dogs. They were shape-shifting humans. And by that, I mean they went in their mom's attic and changed into little dog costumes and walked out on the street. The jobless fuckers in the furry suits walked out on the streets and they just started living there like homeless people. And it was rare. They even had dog bowls. They didn't have to pay for much. They didn't have to walk because all they needed to do was eat their own shit and go to the grocery store and beg for a bit of food, you know, get a little beef stick. And, you know, it got to the point where, you know, they start realizing that their lifestyle and their furry lifestyle, they're not gonna survive off of eating their own crap. It's not nutrient sufficient. They started to get sick. A fucking plague happened. Alright, one of the world's second largest plagues. It was called the Fordamic. The Fordamic was basically they ate their own shit and they got sick. And so, you see, after eating the shit and getting sick, they realized they had to change it up a tad bit. And so, every now and then, you'd see a star clock, you know, sitting at the counter. And below the counter, you can see he's wiggling or something. It became public news that the organization of furries had to suck a bit to the clock so they can go ahead and get nutrient-fueled food, you know? So yeah, they started a mass sodomy group where they just full on went out and did this just so they can survive. And you gotta respect the dedication that was displayed in this moment. But as soon as the plague started spreading, it became contagious, highly contagious. And not only that, a single touch from a furry could spread, and you could become yourself a furry. And I wasn't about that. So, I took a plane straight to Elon Musk. I'm like, Elon Musk, we gotta do something about this. Elon Musk, he hit up PewDiePie. PewDiePie was on the phone with me. I gotta talk to PewDiePie. The 47th president of the United States. I gotta talk to him. I'm like, PewDiePie, we gotta do something. And PewDiePie's like, yeah, boys. And, you know, we started talking, we started discussing. We created a mass arsenal of guns. Just full-on guns. And they all had like that pink, black PewDiePie tent, you know? And we just had to go out. It was the zombie apocalypse. And only 5% of the US population was still alive, was still normal, and still had the average amount of brain cells, which wouldn't be the average amount then, because the average amount was closer to 40. The average IQ that was, you know, 20 years back down in, god damn it, 1920, you know, 20 years back, the average IQ. And so, we just start mowing them down like a zombie apocalypse. Bang, bang, bang. We just started shooting. We started shooting. And then, I was turning the corner. And Elon Musk, he found a real-life cat girl. And he had fallen for her. He'd fallen in love with the cat girl. He couldn't contain himself. I had to put him down. I had to put Elon down. And I tell you now, it was the most traumatic experience of my life. He just wanted to see that cat girl, and the cat girl that he fell for, Mark Zuckerberg. Two legends lost for the power of Zuck and Elon Musk. No amount of rocket science could fix that situation except for a gun. Me and PewDiePie, we walked away with a picture of Elon Musk inside our pants pocket. And we continued. We climbed up the top of the mountain, and there we found refuge on an old Asian Taliban. And we stayed the night. Me and PewDiePie, we couldn't sleep. Elon was in our memory. He was stuck there. We were experiencing a great amount of PTSD from the experience. We were out of ammo too. The last bullet we had was wasted on Elon. We had 400 bullets, we just loaded it into his head. But now we found refuge. I went to go use the bathroom. I hopped on my YouTube channel. And I uploaded an antidote. An antidote I believed would fix the world. What was that antidote? It was a video so revolting, make anyone turn their eyes, making out with the grape. I decided to sacrifice myself. But this is when I noticed the FOI organization took over YouTube Corporation, and you could not post anything that would fix the FOIs. The revolting video allowed my entire channel to be demoted and terminated. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how my channel got terminated. Still I fight for Elon. In Elon's name, I fight. And hopefully we will see the untermination of my channel. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave me a like and subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead and hop off this platform and never come back on. Don't do it. Alright, Cherry.